Back in 1964, Ronald Reagan gave his famous speech, A Time for Choosing. He was speaking to the American people at the moment when the Cold War tensions were running high. At the heart of his message was a debate about the government's role in protecting freedom and security. Reagan's goal was simple: to defend liberty. In this video, we're going to break down how Reagan used three classic tools of persuasion: ethos, pathos, and logos. This allowed him to connect to his audience and really drive his message home. Ethos establishes trustworthiness and authority of the speaker. A speaker builds ethos by showing expertise, honesty, or good character. It begs to ask the question, why should I believe you?
You and I are told increasingly we have to choose between a left or right. Well, I'd like to suggest there is no such thing as a left or right. There's only an up or down. Man's old age dream, the ultimate in individual freedom consistent with law and order, or down to the ant-heap of totalitarianism. And regardless of their sincerity, their humanitarian motives, those who would trade our freedom for security have embarked on this downward course.
This is an example of ethos, as Reagan sets himself above partisan politics, grounding his credibility in timeless American ideals of freedom. Pathos appeals to the emotions of the audience. A speaker uses pathos to stir feelings like fear, hope, pride, or compassion to make the message more powerful, and hopefully answers the question, why should I care?
As for the peace that we would preserve, I wonder who among us would like to approach the wife or mother whose husband or son has died in South Vietnam and ask them if they think this is a peace that should be maintained indefinitely. Do they mean peace, or do they mean we just want to be left in peace? There can be no real peace while one American is dying someplace in the world for the rest of us.
This is an example of pathos. It stirs strong emotions: sympathy for grieving families, guilt about complacency, and patriotic duty to honor sacrifice. Logos is the use of facts, reasoning, and evidence. A speaker uses logos by providing examples, statistics, or cause and effect reasoning to prove their point. Logos asks the question, does this make sense?
Peace and prosperity. The line has been used, we've never had it so good. But I have an uncomfortable feeling that this prosperity isn't something on which we can base our hopes for the future. No nation in history has ever survived a tax burden that reached a third of its national income. Today, 37 cents out of every dollar earned in this country is the tax collector's share. And yet our government continues to spend $17 million a day more than the government takes in. We haven't balanced our budget 28 out of the last 34 years. We've raised our debt limit 3 times in the last 12 months. And now our national debt is 1.5 times bigger than all the combined debts of all the nations of the world.
This is an example of logos. Reagan argues logically that heavy taxation threatens national survival. Now we're going to look at syllogisms and enthymemes. A syllogism is a type of logical reasoning where a conclusion is drawn from two connected statements or premises, and they need to have a repeated term.
Foreign aid from this country. No government ever voluntarily reduces itself in size, so government programs once launched never disappear. Actually, a government bureau is the nearest thing to eternal life we'll ever see on this earth.
Reagan uses humor here to give logical reasoning, and he presents it as a syllogism. Premise 1, no government ever voluntarily reduces itself in size. Premise 2, once launched, government programs never disappear. Therefore, government bureaus are effectively eternal, the nearest thing to eternal life we'll ever see on this earth. An enthymeme is a type of argument where one part of the reasoning is left unstated because the audience can easily fill it in.
If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth.
An enthymeme is an argument with a missing step. Enthymeme here is if freedom is lost in America, then freedom is lost everywhere. The unstated premise, America is the final stronghold of freedom in the world. So as a quick review, ethos equals trust me, pathos is feel this, logos, this makes sense. A syllogism is full logic, and an enthymeme is shortcut logic.
Thank you very much.